Alright, so just do me a favor, place your hands behind your back, okay? Right now, no, don't pull away from me. Don't pull away from me. It's going to end very badly for you.
On October 11th, 2024, at approximately 2:19 in the morning, Sergeant Cooper of the Athens-Clarke County Police Department conducted a traffic stop on West Broad Street in Athens, Georgia. The driver had been clocked at 63 miles per hour in a posted 40-mile-per-hour zone and was observed failing to maintain her lane. This stop is constitutionally sound on two independent grounds. Under Official Code of Georgia Annotated, Section 40-6-181, exceeding a posted speed limit is a per se traffic violation. Under Section 40-6-48, failure to maintain a single lane is a separate, independent offense. Either violation alone satisfies the Fourth Amendment's reasonable articulable suspicion standard established in Terry v. Ohio. In Wren v. United States, the Supreme Court held in 1996 that any objectively observable traffic violation justifies a stop, regardless of an officer's subjective motivation. The existence of dual, independently verifiable violations here places this stop beyond any meaningful constitutional challenge.
Dude, what was that walking turn, man? And the one like said, she just started running around. I did.
Yeah, I got her up to 63 in speed, but she was like in between all over the lane, and so. Hey.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, you going pretty fast and you're kind of swerving on the roadway.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You want to talk to the officer right there, the sergeant?
Yeah. I was wondering
Where are we headed to tonight?
So I live at my parents' house. I'm on the way there. I just dropped off a friend and going to Brookwood.
Have we had anything to drink tonight or anything?
Honest, like an hour ago.
Okay, because I caught you up at 63 and rising.
Okay.
And then by the time I got behind you, I could see that you were going over both lanes.
Hang out here.
What do you mean, hang out here?
Hang out here.
Ooh, I smell it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
I smell it. Where are we coming from? I can smell it
I was
already.
at karaoke.
Okay. So, I am investigating speeding. However, I'm letting this officer speak with you briefly about the drinking.
Alright. How fast do you think you're going? Like if you had, I guess.
It's 45 here, right?
So it's 40 up there. It does turn into 45 right here, though.
Okay.
You're in the 40.
It's in the 40. Okay. Probably like 50, 60.
Okay.
60.
Okay, I got you. Alright, so how much did you have to drink?
I had one tequila tonic. I got there around like 9:30.
Okay.
I had my friend bought me a shot at shortly after that.
Okay.
And I didn't really drink anything. I'm trying to save money. I'm kind of a lightweight.
Yeah, it gets expensive down there.
Yeah.
I get it. Where were you at? You said karaoke?
Yeah, at Flickr.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, then. Are you all right if I check your eyes, make sure you're not drunk?
Upon contact, the officer observes several physiological indicators of alcohol impairment: droopy eyelids, glassy eyes, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from the driver's mouth, talkative and relaxed demeanor, and unsteady, uncoordinated movement. Under O.C.G.A. Section 40-6-391, a person is guilty of DUI when their ability to drive safely is impaired to any extent by alcohol. These observations constitute probable cause to proceed to a field sobriety investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind just stepping over here, we got a little bit better lighting over here. What's up?
My eyes?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So just stand with your feet together, arms down your side for me. Do you wear contacts or glasses?
I wear glasses, but
Okay.
I'm not wearing
Not on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Unless they're invisible.
Yeah.
All right, so just look right here, this red light for me. You're just going to follow this with your eyes and your eyes only. Don't move your head at all, okay?
Okay.
Just keep your head perfectly still for me.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, Mom. My
Yeah.
head.
Just going to move real slow, all right? Try and stay as still as possible.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by the
That's
moth.
all right. All right, same thing, just up and down, okay?
Okay. Not moving my head.
Yeah, no, don't move your
All
head,
right.
just your eyes. Just follow this with your eyes. So you move your head up again. Just try and keep it level. There you go. If you need to do that, by all means.
Sorry.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you much. Okay.
The officer administers the first of 3 National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's standardized field sobriety exercises: horizontal gaze nystagmus, or HGN. This test measures the involuntary jerking of the eyeball as it tracks a moving stimulus. Alcohol suppresses the brain's ability to produce smooth pursuit eye movement. Officers are trained to identify 6 distinct clues, 3 per eye. NHTSA validation research indicates that 4 or more clues correlate with a blood alcohol concentration at or above 0.08 grams per 100 milliliters. The officer observes all 6 clues in the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. According to NHTSA standardization studies, a 6 of 6 HGN result carries an estimated accuracy rate of approximately 88% in identifying subjects at or above the legal limit. Standing alone, this finding supports probable cause for arrest.
Do you have any issues walking, balancing, anything like that?
No.
No medical issues or anything?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like a mile from my house.
Where do you live at?
Brookwood.
Brookwood? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Are you all right to walk in a straight line?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So just stand right over here. We can use a physical line if you want. I usually use an imaginary
It was
one.
set up really nice.
Okay, yeah, that works perfect. Then come on right over here for me. You just place your left foot on this line right here.
Left foot.
Yeah. The heck is that? Oh, it's a speaker. You can take them off if you want, but the floor's kind of cold.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, just keep your left leg right there on the line. Your left foot. All right. So what I'm gonna have you do is now place your right foot in front of your left foot, heel touching toe, just like this, and just remain in that position. So just remain in that position.
Oh.
Yep. So left foot on the line. Right foot in front of your left foot, heel touching toe. Go ahead and do that now. And then just stay right there for me, okay? You keep your arms down your side. What's that?
I just have horrible. I'm just clumsy.
I got you. I'm clumsy. I got all this on. I got clown feet, and I'm standing here. So, all right, see it? Just stay right there for me, okay? So when I tell you to begin, I'm going to have you take 9 heel-to-toe steps along that line, just like this. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go up to 9 steps. Leave your lead foot planted when you reach your 9th step, and then take a small series of steps around your lead foot, leaving it planted, and then return with 9 heel-to-toe steps back along that line. All right. So, do you understand the instructions? Yep. All right. Whenever you're ready to begin. So, left foot on the line, right foot in front of the left, and go. All right.
I'm not smooth files, okay?
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
And then right back.
Yep.
The second standardized exercise is the walk and turn. This is a divided attention test requiring the subject to maintain a heel-to-toe stance during instruction. Walk 9 steps along a line. Execute a specific multi-step pivot turn and return. Officers score 8 possible clues: N, H, T, S, A. Research indicates that 2 or more clues carry a 79% accuracy rate in identifying impaired drivers. The officer observes multiple clues.
Come on back right over here. All right, just stand right there again. Feet together, arms down to your side. Just on the line again. Yeah, that works. Yep. And then, so what I'll have you do is you can take a foot of your choice, either the left foot or the right foot. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift it approximately 6 inches up off the ground, keeping your legs straight and your toe pointed forward so your foot is parallel to the ground. And you'll count 1001, 1002, 1003, so on and so forth until I tell you to put your foot down, okay? If you put your foot down early, just pick it back up and keep counting from where you left off. Okay. Wherever you feel comfortable while you're doing this, make sure your arms stay down to your side and don't hop around or anything like that, okay? You understand the instructions? All right. Whenever you're ready to begin, go ahead. Count out loud for me. Right, here, let's start over. Right, whenever you're ready. Oh, so you've got to be right out in front of you like this. Yep. Arms down to your side. Okay. Okay.
The third exercise is the one-leg stand. The subject must hold one foot approximately 6 inches off the ground, keep the legs straight, and count aloud until instructed to stop. Officers look for 4 clues: swaying, using arms for balance, hopping, and putting the foot down. 2 or more clues indicate impairment, with approximately 83% accuracy according to NHTSA data. The subject puts her foot down and states she cannot complete the test. Taken together, 6 of 6 clues in HGN, multiple clues in walk and turn, and failure to complete the one-leg stand establish probable cause for arrest under O.C.G.A. Section 40-6-391. It is worth noting that the subject's self-reported explanations, claiming natural clumsiness or uncomfortable footwear, are legally immaterial. Field sobriety exercises are scored on objective, observable criteria, not on the subject's narrative.
All right, so just do me a favor, place your hands behind your back, okay? Right now, no, don't pull away from me. Don't pull away from me. It's going to end very badly for you. Don't do that. All right, just put your palms together, touching each other like you're saying a prayer. No. Stop pulling away from me. You're under arrest right now, okay?
Can I try it again?
No.
No, can I try it again?
No, ma'am. You're under arrest. And then just widen your stance just a little bit more for me. I just gotta sweep your legs. Okay. All right. You're all good. Just have a seat for me right here, okay?
When the subject resists handcuffing, the officer applies soft, empty hand control to achieve compliance. The governing standard is Graham v. Connor, decided by the United States Supreme Court in 1989. Force must be judged as objectively reasonable from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, not in hindsight. Relevant factors include the severity of the crime, whether the subject poses an immediate threat, and whether the subject is actively resisting. Here, the subject is under arrest for DUI, a serious criminal offense. She actively pulled away from the arresting officer. The response brief, soft physical control to secure handcuffs, is at the lowest tier of the use of force continuum. No hard, empty hand techniques, no less lethal options, and no weapons were employed. This use of force is proportional, legally justified, and consistent with Graham.
Got some stuff to read to you, okay? Not that yet. Read you the state of Georgia's implied consent notice, okay? How old are you?
35.
Okay. Alright, so this is implied consent notice for suspects over the age of 21. And the state of Georgia has conditioned your privilege to drive upon the highways of this state upon your submission to state-administered chemical tests of your blood, breath, urine, or other bodily substances for the purpose of determining if you are under the influence of alcohol or drugs. If you refuse this testing, your Georgia driver's license or privilege to drive on the highways of this state will be suspended for a minimum period of 1 year. Your refusal to submit to blood or urine testing may be offered into evidence against you at trial. If you submit to testing and the results indicate an alcohol concentration of 0.08 grams or more, your Georgia driver's license or privilege to drive on the highways of this state may be suspended for a minimum period of 1 year. After first submitting to the requested state tests, you are entitled to additional chemical tests of your blood, breath, urine, or other bodily substances at your own expense and from qualified personnel of your own choosing. Will you submit to the state-administered chemical test of your blood? Okay.
Following arrest, the officer reads Georgia's implied consent notice as required by Official Code of Georgia, annotated Section 40-5-55. This statute conditions the privilege of driving on Georgia highways upon implicit consent to state-administered chemical testing. The notice informs the subject that refusal will result in a minimum 1-year license suspension, and that any refusal to submit to blood or urine testing may be offered into evidence against her at trial. The notice is read correctly for persons over 21. The subject declines to submit to a blood draw. This is her statutory right. However, the legal consequences are significant. First, the refusal triggers an automatic administrative license suspension under O.C.G.A. Section 40-5-55. Second, and critically, Georgia courts have long held that evidence of refusal is admissible at trial as circumstantial evidence of a guilty conscience. The strategic benefit of refusal is far more limited than many subjects believe. During the investigation, officers discover that the subject's Georgia driver's license had been suspended since June prior to this stop for failure to appear or pay a traffic citation. This creates separate and independent criminal exposure under O.C.G.A. Section 40-5-70, which prohibits operating a motor vehicle with a suspended or revoked license. This charge stands entirely apart from the DUI allegation and is unaffected by the outcome of the sobriety investigation.
All right, then. Give me just a few minutes. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do past here. I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing crazy in the vehicle or anything like that. Give me just a moment, okay? Dude, what was that walking turn, man? And a one-leg cinch, he just started running around.
So I was doing this, and I caught it out my peripherals. I'm like, what the world?
Yeah, I don't need to write much in the report for walking turn other than not done correctly. I think every clue was fit. It was a refusal. I'm debating on whether I want to get a warrant or do an eval. Oh wow, crap. This would be a good eval. I gotta go recertify, unfortunately stuff.
I guess we need to serve her too.
Was she suspended?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Amazing.
She suspended back in June. Hey, can you hear me? Did you know if your driver's license was suspended already? Did you know your driver's license was suspended back in June?
No.
For a failure to appear?
Oh man.
For what?
I guess you had a traffic ticket at some point and you didn't go to court or pay for it.
I thought I paid that though.
It's all good.
Damn,
we're probably gonna serve you, and then 9 times 10, probably just gonna stay suspended.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Wait, so what happens now, guys?
All right, so that's what I'm trying to decide, because I mean, there's no change. Like, you're going to jail tonight. There's nothing that's going to change that right now. I'm going to get a search warrant for your blood, okay? For your blood. So, because you refuse the implied consent, so that's the option I'm left with. So, I'm going to call a judge here in a minute. We're going to take a drive over to the hospital. We'll park there, and I'll call a judge and make contact with them and see if they find probable cause to sign a search warrant. And if they do, then we're going to go in the hospital and draw your blood. That's only if they sign the search warrant. Sorry, I'm not just going to illegally draw your blood, but if the judge signs the order, we're going to go in there and get the blood drawn down. Okay? I don't have... I can't let you drink anything from the car because I don't know what's intoxicants and what's not.
It's just
I know, but there's a lot of medications in the car and then the alcohol. I don't want to take any chances. I'm gonna run over to Piedmont and do a search warrant. Thank you, Sarge.
The officer announces his intention to seek a judicial search warrant for a blood draw in response to the refusal. This procedure is constitutionally mandated. In Missouri v. McNeely, the United States Supreme Court held in 2013 that the natural metabolic dissipation of alcohol in the bloodstream does not, standing alone, constitute an exigent circumstance justifying a warrantless blood draw. Officers must obtain a warrant unless specific, articulable exigency exists beyond the mere passage of time. Birchfield v. North Dakota, decided in 2016, reinforced the warrant requirement for blood draws specifically. The court distinguished breath tests, which may be conducted incident to a lawful arrest without a warrant, from blood draws, which are intrusive enough to require judicial authorization. The officer's decision to seek a warrant rather than proceeding with a warrantless draw reflects both legal compliance and best practice.
Just a minute. Good morning, sir. I'm sorry to wake you up. This is Officer Senius, and I have an impaired driver search warrant. All right, thank you much. Oh, let me grab this real quick. Good morning, sir. Good, how are you, sir? Yes, sir.
Alright, this is Judge Greene of the Magistrate Court of Athens-Clarke County. For me as Officer Senius, presenting a proposed affidavit and proposed blood search warrant for suspect Amanda. It is October 11, 2024. Raise your right hand. You swear affirm to tell the truth.
I do.
Officers transport the subject to Piedmont Athens Regional Hospital, where a telephonic warrant proceeding is initiated with Magistrate Judge Donald Greene of the Magistrate Court of Athens County, Georgia law, under O.C.G.A. Section 17-5-21, expressly authorizes the issuance of search warrants through telephonic or electronic means. The officer is placed under oath before presenting his affidavit satisfying the Fourth Amendment's oath or affirmation requirement.
All right, what can you tell me?
So on this date and time is about 2:19 in the morning. Sergeant Cooper with the Athens-Clarke County Police Department made a traffic stop on Miss to vehicle for traveling approximately 63 miles per hour in the 40 zone. He told me an amount. I believe it was 63. I'm just kind of iffy on 62 or 63. Either way, more than 20 miles per hour over the speed limit. So he conducted the traffic stop after also observing her failing to maintain her lane on West Broad Street. And I arrived on scene to back up Sergeant Cooper maybe 30 seconds after he made the traffic stop, and I observed that Miss was displaying the following physiological indicators of impairment. It was drowsiness, droopy eyelids, glassy eyes. She had the very strong odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from her mouth as she was speaking to me. She's talkative and has relaxed inhibitions, and she is exhibiting an unsteady walk, and she's uncoordinated. I conducted standardized field sobriety exercises on her. She agreed to participate in them. I observed all 6 clues in horizontal gaze nystagmus, several clues in the walking turn, and several clues in one-leg stand. I placed Miss under arrest and read her the State of Georgia's implied consent notice for persons above the age of 21 requesting a blood sample, but she refused to provide it. Now we are at the Piedmont Athens Regional Hospital, and I'm seeking a search warrant.
The sworn affidavit presented to the judge contains 6 distinct categories of probable cause: a traffic stop for 63 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour zone, observed failure to maintain lane, physiological indicators of impairment, including drowsy appearance, glassy eyes, and a strong odor of alcohol. 6 of 6 clues in HGN, multiple clues in the walk and turn, multiple clues in the one-leg stand, and the subject's refusal of implied consent testing. This is a comprehensive, well-documented probable cause package.
Right. Will the court has found sufficient probable cause to issue a warrant? It's been reviewed, and you want to go ahead and sign it?
All right, the application has been signed. You may sign the warrant now.
Yes, please.
All right, both the application and the warrant have been signed on my end.
Okay, that concludes this matter. I'll now stop the recording.
All right, they are good on my end. They do say copy, like kind of watermarked across it, but I can just write original on it. I think that's what I did last time.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Be safe. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. You as well. Take care.
Magistrate Judge Greene reviews the sworn affidavit, finds sufficient probable cause, and signs both the application and the search warrant. The compelled blood draw that follows is constitutionally authorized. In Schmerber v. California, the Supreme Court established in 1966 that a blood draw conducted pursuant to a valid warrant does not implicate the Fifth Amendment's privilege against self-incrimination. Blood is physical evidence, not testimonial evidence. The Fifth Amendment does not apply.
All right, let me get her in there. Let me pull your jacket up. It's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Oh. Figure it out. Got a little.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh, here it is. Just had to find the collar. Yes, ma'am. Oh, sorry. Alright, just gonna push right to the back. Okay. So you can stand here. I'll show you this. So I just spoke with the judge and he did sign the warrant, okay? And here is the warrant if you want to read it.
I don't think
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, do whatever you need to. But
so this is just basically saying.
yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna go in and see the phlebotomist. They're really good phlebotomists here, so that's good at least. I just gotta grab a holiday just on me. No, it's okay.
I wasn't trying to.
No, I know. I just had this one time where this young girl I had arrested for DUI decided that she was going to run in handcuffs, and it just ended up being a really bad night for everybody.
That's not me.
So
I'm not
yeah.
that stupid.
Hello there. Hey, just blood alcohol. Feel free, okay? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Just take a seat right here. 259, 364.
The officer presents the signed warrant to the subject before proceeding with the draw, giving her an opportunity to review the judicial authorization. This procedural step, while not strictly required after a warrant has been issued, reflects professional practice and reinforces transparency. The blood draw is then conducted by licensed medical personnel at Piedmont Athens Regional Hospital, fully consistent with Georgia law and the constitutional framework established in McNeely, Birchfield, and Schmerber. At the time of this analysis, the outcome of criminal proceedings against the subject remains unknown. If blood results indicate a concentration at or above 0.08 grams per 100 milliliters, she faces prosecution under O.C.G.A. Section 40-6-391. Her prior refusal may be introduced at trial as evidence of consciousness of guilt. Her separately discovered license suspension supports an additional charge under O.C.G.A. Section 40-5-70. Based on the totality of evidence documented in this footage, a DUI prosecution would begin on solid legal footing. Sergeant Cooper receives an A-. The traffic stop was constitutionally justified on two independent grounds. His transition of the SFST administration to a trained officer improved the evidentiary integrity of the field sobriety results. A tactically and legally sound decision. The one minor note, his acknowledged uncertainty about whether the radar reading was 62 or 63 miles per hour, is a precision issue, though legally immaterial, given that either figure exceeds the speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour. Officer Senius receives an A. He administered all three NHTSA standardized exercises correctly and in proper sequence, observed and scored objective clues without subjective inflation, and most significantly, executed a textbook telephonic warrant proceeding. His sworn affidavit was specific, organized, and comprehensive. His use of force during arrest resistance was proportional. This performance represents the standard to which DUI investigation and documentation should be held. The subject receives a C+. She drove 23 miles per hour over the speed limit while impaired and on a suspended license, compounding her legal exposure before the stop even began. Her brief resistance to handcuffing elevated that exposure further, potentially adding an obstruction charge under Georgia law. Her refusal of implied consent produced no meaningful legal benefit. The officers obtained her blood within 40 minutes via warrant. The one credit due is that she did not sustain physical resistance or attempt to flee, which prevented a far worse outcome. Judge Donald Greene receives an A. Conducting a probable cause review at approximately 2:19 in the morning requires institutional discipline. The judge placed the officer under oath, heard a detailed sworn affidavit, evaluated the evidence independently, and reached a legally correct conclusion. He performed the Fourth Amendment's gatekeeping function exactly as designed, as a neutral and detached magistrate interposed between law enforcement and the individual. Several practical lessons emerge from this encounter. First, implied consent refusal is rarely the protection suspects believe it to be. Georgia law allows refusal evidence at trial and enables officers to seek a warrant. The blood was drawn regardless, approximately 40 minutes later. Second, driving on a suspended license while impaired does not simply double the jeopardy. It eliminates any possibility of administrative mitigation and signals a pattern of non-compliance to any future jury. Third, brief physical resistance during a lawful arrest adds a potential obstruction charge while providing zero tactical benefit. Once handcuffed, the legal remedy is the courtroom, not the roadside. Fourth, the telephonic warrant procedure is efficient and constitutionally robust. Officers willing to pursue it close the gap that implied consent refusals attempt to create. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.